Thank you guys all for joining us again. This is the second week here in May for our member meetups with the Health Museum. As you guys all know, this month we are celebrating and practicing Mental Health Awareness Month. So last week, if you joined us, we had a meditation class with Dr. Ann Friedman, and this week I'm really excited to have Alyssa Preston lead us in a yoga session. I know a lot of us are spending a lot more time sitting at our computers all day for longer amounts of time, or are working in a new environment. Some of us might be headed back to work. We've all just experienced a lot of changes. So this month at the Health Museum, we wanted to provide our members with some additional resources to acknowledge your mental health, to better yourself physically and mentally, and give you guys the resources to empower yourselves to live healthier lives. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Alyssa, if you'd like to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks, Katie. Hi, everybody. Welcome to 6 p.m. yoga. My name is Alyssa, and I've been teaching for just about 2 years and have over 300 hours of training throughout those 2 years. And my teaching style is really rooted. I love that I'm teaching for the Health Museum, so hopefully you guys like nerd out about this stuff with me. My practices are really rooted in balancing between the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system, and that's done with really great moments of intensity in our practice when we're holding a pose for what feels like forever, and then also great moments of stillness and quiet where we're able to really sit with the breath, slow everything down, and maybe even close the eyes and just be with ourselves. And so that's what class is going to look like tonight. To further explain how I teach classes, I'm going to use a baking analogy because I love dessert a whole lot. But when I think of creating a practice, I think of like layering a cake and starting with like the base, the thing that holds the cake. It's like usually made out of wood or metal or something super stable that's not cake, that can be like smushed. And I like to equate that to our breath. And we always start movement with a couple of minutes. I always lose track of or count of time, but with breath, because I think it really is the root of the practice. That's the whole point of the parasympathetic and sympathetic balance system that goes on throughout the practice. So we start there, and then we start baking layers of cake, you guys. And sometimes layers feel and look and taste completely differently than like the previous layer. Sometimes there's like a slather of icing in the middle, and that's like that moment of stillness that we're going to get, where we're going to get to sit with ourselves and listen to our breath and our bodies. And when we're done building the cake and stacking all of the layers, I like to think of shavasana as like the big dump of icing over like the whole cake, like just covering the whole cake in icing, just like smoothing it over, total stillness. I encourage you to like immediately crawl into bed after class and just like go to sleep. You'll sleep the best you've ever had. I mean, maybe like wash your face or shower if that feels good too. Yeah, but without further ado, I guess one more thing I want to say. What I love to inspire in my movements and my classes is this sense of confidence in the way that you move your body, and that's done through repetition. So you're going to see a lot of repetition tonight. I'll guide you guys through it. It's done in a hopefully not boring way. And now, without further ado, we'll get started. So just come to a comfy seat on your mat. I like to sit crisscross applesauce because I've got really horrible knees. But if you like to sit on your shins, hips back on the heels in hero's pose, you can do that too. And close your eyes. And soften into your space. Relax your shoulders, down your spine. Soften the muscles throughout your face. And you can set like a little mini intention right here and right now with your body. If you're feeling like you need a sensation of grounding and rootedness, your palms can face down towards your legs, towards your thighs. And if you're just looking to receive something tonight in your practice, whether that's good energy, movement, whatever it is, you can let your palms flip up towards the sky, the back of your hands, then resting on your legs. And empty out all of the breath, all the way from your belly through the lungs, emptying out completely. Through the nose, inhale. Out of the mouth, exhale. Another one, breathing in. Exhaling. One more time, just like this, breathing in. Audible exhale. Breathe in through the nose. This time, hold your breath at the top. Expand the belly, sip in a little bit more air. Hold again. Open up your mouth, exhale. Another breath in through the nose, doing the same thing. Inhale. Hold it. Take another breath in. Hold. Open up your mouth, make some noise. Exhale. Close your lips together. Breathe in through the nose. Out through the nose. And start to move the breath in and out of your nostrils at a place that resonates with you, at a pace that resonates with you. And using the exhales is a little bit of an opportunity to start finding engagement through the core, drawing the belly button towards the spine as you exhale, forcing out all of the breath. Inhale to get a little bit taller. Exhale to deepen the engagement in your solar plexus, in the belly space. Inhale. Using the exhale, engage the abdominals. As you're moving your breath, I want you to imagine a cup is being filled every inhale and exhale that enters and leaves your body. And right now you can imagine the cup is about halfway full. With every breath, you increase the fullness of the cup. And a visualization that I want you guys to hold on to tonight as we practice on our mats is your physical movements. The physical asana of tonight's class is going to be the overflow of your full cup. So whenever there's a moment that you feel really drained energetically, when you feel really drained and out of breath, I want you to always come back to this seat and fill the cup back up before you go back into the movements and the flows and the physical practice. The physicality of tonight's practice is the overflow. The breath is the filling of the cup. And so if you sit here tonight and all you do is breathe just to fill that cup, I want you to hold space for yourself and move the breath. We're just about full now, giving yourself one or two more inhales and exhales. And on your next breath in, gently blink your eyes open and stretch your fingertips up and overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Drop your left hand to right thigh, right fingertips behind you. Look towards the back of your room, or towards the right side of your room. Same thing is happening here. Your inhales, you're getting a little bit taller. Your exhales, the engagement in your core is kind of wringing you out like a towel. And then on your next inhale, stretch the fingertips up and overhead. Come back through center. And then twist to the left. Now right hand to left thigh, left fingers behind you. using the strength of the right arm to pull against the left leg, to open up your heart towards the left side of your mat. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Come back through center. Inhale, reach your fingertips up and into the sky. And then interlace your fingers at the top. Let me move my camera a little bit. Interlace your fingers at the top and flip your palms to the sky. So the heels of your hands are going out. You're driving your elbows towards the back of your room. And that kind of lifts the heart up automatically. And as your heart goes up, can you kind of lift your chin away from your chest? So you still have that really flowing airway from your nose to your lungs. It's straight. It's kind of like when you're giving CPR. Just renewed my certification, so it's very fresh on the brain. Take a big breath in. Can you kind of draw the shoulders down and back? Lift your chin out of your chest. And then like you're scooping, I told you guys I like dessert, like you're scooping like a scoop of ice cream and your hands are the cone or the scoop. Start to draw your hands in circles. And maybe you close your eyes and you notice the really sticky parts that are a little bit uncomfortable. Can you move even slower through those parts and use your breath to move through them? And then move the circles in the opposite direction, so scooping the other way. Saying a big hello to our shoulders. One big breath in, reach your hands up, your heels of your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. Shimmy it out a little bit, and meet me in a tabletop. So hands and knees on your mat. Spread your fingertips wide underneath your shoulders. Think the bigger the base you have, the more supported you feel. So the bigger your hands are, the bigger the base is for you. As you inhale, turn your tailbone up towards the sky, drip your belly towards the floor. Expand through the collarbones and lift your chin out of your chest for cow pose. Exhale, press the mat away. Tuck your tailbone, round the spine, press the back of your heart up, and drop your chin in towards your chest for cat. Inhale, turn the tailbone up, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the shoulders, and look back to your thighs. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round into cat. And take this just a few times on your own, maybe even allowing yourself to close your eyes. And trust yourself to move in a way that serves you through your cats and cows. On your next exhale, come to a neutral spine. So you want to think, I like to think of my back as like an ironing board when I'm in neutral. So core is pulling up and in, tailbone is tucked slightly down, and your shoulders are drawing down and back away from your ears. Walk your left hand slightly under your face, so just a little more towards the middle of your mat. Inhale, right fingers up and into the sky. So you're opening up your heart towards the right side of the room. Press the earth away with the left hand to spread the collarbones. And then exhale, thread the needle. You weave your right hand down and through, all the way to the outer edge of the left side of your mat. Sink your right shoulder, sink the right side of your face, and use your left hand to press against the earth to deepen the twist throughout the shoulders. Reach your hips back in space and walk your left fingertips towards the top of your mat so you really accentuate the length on the left side of the body. Same as we've done already throughout class. Inhale to find length. Exhale, use the core, deepen your twist. Walk your left hand back underneath your face. Press against the earth. Inhale, right hand into the sky. Exhale, right hand meets your mat, tabletop. Inhale to dip the belly, lift the chin, find your cow. Exhale to round the shoulders, tuck your chin in towards your chest. Neutral spine. Drop your gaze down in between the thumbs. Walk your right hand under your face. Inhale, left hand into the sky. Press the earth away with your right hand. Spread open through the heart space. Inhale. Thread the needle, weave the left hand down and through. Sink to the left shoulder and the left side of your face. Take a full breath in. And a deep exhale. Draw your hips back in space as you walk your right fingertips further away from your body. So you're really accentuating the length along the right side of your body. And then walk your right hand back underneath the right shoulder. Inhale, press your left hand up and into the sky. So reopening back up to the left side of your mat. Big breath in. Exhale, left hand meets the mat. So now we're going to change it up. Inhale, right hand into the sky. And then turn your left toes to the outside of your left side of your mat. Slide your right foot to the back. It's a modified side plank. So you're totally opening up your heart and your hips to the right side of the mat, stacking your hips over the left knee, and reaching right fingers to the sky. So just because we have the support of our knees on the mat right now, can you use your core to draw everything into the midline? Option to stay here or lift the outer edge of your right foot to the sky so you're in a kneeling half moon. Flex your right toes. Reach back through the heel of your right foot. Option to stay here or bend your right knee and press the sole of your foot to the wall behind you right now. Keep the toes flexed and active and kind of puff your heart and your belly towards the front of where your body's facing right now. Option to stay here, maybe your hand connects to your foot or your ankle and you're able to press your foot away from the body to help open up the heart and spread through the collarbones. Slow and steady from wherever you're at. Bring yourself back through to tabletop. Hands and knees on the mat. Even it out on the other side. Right hand under your face. Right toes to the right side of your mat. Left foot to the back, modified side plank. Inhale, left hand into the sky. Hold yourself accountable for keeping your right arm engaged by inviting a soft micro bend into the right elbow. Tuck your tailbone slightly like you're hugging your glutes towards the back of your knees. And then option to stay here or go into kneeling half moon. Lift the left leg parallel towards the ceiling. Flex the left toes. Active through the left foot. If you're in kneeling half moon, maybe you look back to your left foot and you check to see if your body is in one straight line. Maybe you bend the left knee, hug your heel towards the wall behind you. Puff the belly forward, chin away from chest. Maybe left hand connects to left foot or ankle, and you're able to use that to press against the left hand to expand in the front of the body more. Chin away from chest, breathe in. From wherever you're holding space, Move slowly and come into tabletop. Tuck your toes under. Find a full breath in and a flat back. Exhale, hover your knees off the mat, 1 inch off the ground. Shift your weight forward so your eyes kind of go over or past your fingertips. Downward facing dog. Straighten your legs and lift your hips to the sky. When I say straighten, I kind of mean like straight-ish. You still have a little bit of a bend in your knees. And I like to think of down dog as home base for yoga. And allowing yourself to get comfortable with what that feels like for you tonight on your mat and in your practice. Find a full breath into your nose. Exhale, release. Inhale to lift your heels so you're pressing down into the toes. Exhale, soft bend into the knees. And press your heels down towards the mat once again. So now your belly's kind of going towards your thighs. Inhale, lift your right heel up and into the sky. Flex your right toes. And then hug your right knee into your nose. Shift your weight forward over your hands. So your eyes are going past the fingertips again. Step in between the hands. And get light in the fingertips so you're in a runner's lunge. So your right knee is stacked over right ankle. And I want you to imagine that your 2 feet are magnetized towards each other. So the right heel is being pulled back. The left toes are being pulled forward. Use an inhale, look forward. Use your core. Get even lighter in the fingertips. Now your heart is hovering over the right thigh. Inhale, 10 fingers into the sky. High crescent. Checking in to stack the right knee over right ankle. And imagine that there's a ball at the top of your mat and you want to use your left leg to kick that ball, but your toes are glued into the floor, so it's not really going to go anywhere. We've done a lot of this already in class today. Open twist to the right. Reach your right fingers to the back of the room and your left fingertips forward. Inhale to get a little bit taller. Use the core, wring out the towel. Stay here, breathe in. Use your exhale to sink a little into the right knee and make sure your left heel is shifting forward. It helps electrify the back of the left leg. Big breath in. And as you exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the floor, frame the right foot. Get cat-like in the spine. So rounding through the shoulders, tucking your chin into your chest, looking back to your left toes. Step the right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Take your dog for a little bit of a walk. Pedal out the heels, bend the knees. And then come to a neutral space. Inhale, lift your heels high to the sky. Exhale, soft bend the knees, soft sink of the heels. Inhale, left heel lifts. Flex your toes down and reach up and back through the left heel. So you're using that hamstring to engage. Knee to your nose. Shift your weight forward. Can you round the spine like you're in a cat position? Eyes over fingers. Step in between your hands. Hug your left heel back in space and your right toes forward. So the inner thighs are really working to hold you here. You can feel the hips shifting to find alignment with one another. Get really light in the fingertips. I can't believe I'm doing this again, but imagine you have tiny cupcakes under your palms. I really don't talk about sugar this much normally. And imagine you almost smush little cupcakes. So you're really light in the fingertips. You use the core to look forward and kind of hover your heart off of your left thigh. When you're ready to do so, inhale, 10 fingers into the sky, high crescent lunge. hug the right toe forward in space, hug the left heel back, like they're being pulled together in the middle of your mat. Acknowledge the stretch that's happening along the front of your right hip and how you can deepen that stretch by pressing the right hip forward and pushing the right heel forward at the same time. Open twist to the left. You reach left fingers to the back of the room, right fingers to the front. Keeping the right heel electrified, shifting forward so the back of your right leg stays on. Use the inhale, grow tall. Use your exhale to bring it out. And then face back forward, cartwheel the hands down. Step the left foot back to meet the right. So your shoulders are stacked over the wrist, you're in a high plank. Actually, meet me back in a runner's lunge. Step the left foot back forward. I can't give you guys an uneven practice. Press into the hands, round the shoulders like in a cat pose. Tuck your chin into your chest, look back to your right toes. Step the left foot back to meet the right, downward facing dog. And then shift your weight forward, coming into a high plank. So now the shoulders are stacked over the wrists. You have the opportunity to keep the knees lifted or bring them down to the mat for support. Wherever you're at though, you're hugging your glutes towards the backs of your knees. So hugging in through the tailbone, drawing the belly button up and in. And we're lowering down all the way to the ground for 10, bending the elbows slowly, 9, noticing the micro movements for 8, 7, 6, still breathing, 5, 4, just above the mat for 2, and come all the way to your belly, 1. Keep your hands under your shoulders, fingertips spread wide. Hug your big toes to touch and drive your hip points towards the floor. When I put my hip points towards the floor, it kind of makes me want to squeeze the glutes together and draw the belly button in. So I want you guys to kind of feel that for your own bodies. Draw your shoulders down and away from your ears. And your inhale, lift your heart up, use the strength of your upper back. You can choose to keep the hands on the ground and supporting you. Maybe palms lift up off the floor and test yourself. You're still hugging the two big toes together, driving the hips down. Big breath in. Staying for the exhale. One more time, shoulders down and back, lifting the heart up even more. Exhale, rounding down to the floor and shifting back into a comfortable seat. So you can come into child's pose, hips to the heels, forehead to the floor. Or you can come back to sit crisscross applesauce or in your hero seat. But wherever you're at, closing your eyes and dropping into stillness. Letting these moments be a practice of steeping in all of the residual effects of the intensity. And being really mindful about the way that we're breathing right now to get the full experience of the parasympathetic nervous system. Slowing down the heart rate, noticing our awareness to our space, how we're fully grounded into the mat right now, not trying to balance on our feet or our hands. Just being here with ourselves. Refilling that cup up. And when your cup feels full and ready to go, you can shift your weight forward into a tabletop and then find your downward facing dog. And if you would rather sit and continue to fill the cup up, then stay as you are. And we're going to move on. You can always catch up. So downward facing dog, take a big breath in. And a full breath out. We're gonna take those same poses and we're gonna move them at the pace of our breath, and then we're gonna add on to the end. As you inhale, lift your right heel to the sky. Exhale, knee to your nose, round, and step in between the hands. Inhale to rise up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, open twist to the right. Stretch your left fingertips forward, your right fingertips back. Stay here, this is where we're gonna add on. Your right hand can come to your left thigh, or you can bend the right elbow and rest your forearm on your low back. So 2 choices. And then inhale, you're gonna reach the left shoulder back towards to be in line with the right. Revolved crescent, lean the heart back, lift your gaze up towards the sky. Take an inhale. Stay for the exhale. One more inhale. Easy twist. You cartwheel the left hand to the floor. So now you've got left hand, right foot, and left foot on the ground. Right hand into the sky. Can you keep the left leg electrified, left heel shifting forward, lifting up? And just like we did in that prep for thread the needle, pressing against the earth with the left hand to open up the heart as you reach up with the right. Full breath in. Runner's lunge. Right hand meets the floor outside the right foot. Round through the shoulders, tuck your chin into your chest, and step the right foot back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Take a moment to settle into your home base. Inhale, left heel lifts up and into the sky. Exhale, step forward in between your hands. High crescent lunge. Inhale, 10 fingers to the sky. Exhale, open twist to the left. So left fingertips reach back, right fingertips reach forward. Big breath in. Exhale, left hand to right thigh, or bend the elbow and hug it behind the back. Inhale, right fingertips reach up and back to open up through the heart. Lean into the back body, lift your chin out of your chest, breathe in. Easy twist. Cartwheel the right hand down, left hand into the sky. So you're in runner's lunge again, except with the left hand lifted. Use your exhale to wring out the twist, pressing right shoulder to left knee and leaning left shoulder back towards the right wall. Full breath in. Left hand down, frame the left foot. Round through the shoulders, tuck your chin into your chest. Step back, left foot meets the right. Roll your weight forward into a high plank. Knees down or knees lifted, breathe in. And lower to the earth for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Hovering for 4. Lowering for 3, 2, to your mat. Exhale. This time, reach your fingertips back towards your feet. Your thumbs are on the ground, your pinkies are up towards the sky. So all the very same cues as our last back bend on the floor. Hug the big toes together. Tuck your hips towards the floor. Engage the core and shoulders down and away from your ears. Inhale, lift your heart up. Use the strength of your upper back. Lift the palms and reach your fingers back towards your feet. Really hug the glutes and hips towards the floor. Hug the big toes together. Lift the soles of your feet up for locust. So legs are still long. Feet are reaching up and back. Top of the head's reaching forward and up. Big breath in. Drive the hips down. Lift the heart. Stay for the breath out. Inhale. And slow and steady. Release. Left cheek meets the mat. Settle into the floor. Some really big and deep breaths here. Feeling the connection of your front body to your mat. And then bring your chin to your mat once again. We're going to take locust one more time here. Hugging the big toes together, tucking the hips, pressing them into the mat, pressing your quads into the mat. Engaging the core by drawing belly button up and in, drawing the shoulders down and back. Inhale, lift your heart. Reach the fingers up and back. Exhale, drive the hip points down. Inhale, lift the back of your legs up towards the sky. Keep the toes pointed and the soles of the feet pressing up towards the ceiling. Every breath in, it's kind of like you're making an even deeper valley by lifting the feet, lifting the heart. Keep hugging the big toes and inner thighs together, drawing the shoulder blades down and back. 2 more inhales. 2 more exhales. And on your breath out, soften the body into the mat. Right cheek meets the floor. Find softness. And then bring your hands under your shoulders. Glide your hips back into a child's pose only for a moment. So hips over the heels, forehead towards the floor. Like you're in cat pose. Round the shoulders forward over the wrists. Tuck your toes under. Lift the knees, cow shape in the belly. Downward facing dog. Press your belly towards your thighs. Lift your hips towards the sky. Okay, taking those poses, moving them with our breath, and adding on at the end. Inhale, right heel lifts. Exhale, step forward between the hands. Inhale to rise into high crescent. Exhale, open twist. Inhale to revolve, right hand down. Inhale, left arm reaches back. Exhale to easy twist. Left hand comes down and right hand reaches up. Breathe in. Here's where we add on, you guys. So everything about the shape of your legs is going to stay the same. Turn your left toes out to the left side of the room. So the blade edge of the left foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Bring your right elbow to your right thigh. And inhale, reach your left fingertips up towards the sky, towards the left side of your mat. This is called extended side angle. Inhale, reach the left fingers towards the front of the room. So you create a long line from your left pinky to your left toes. And use the right arm to press your right thigh towards the right side of your mat. Help open up through the hips. If you want to challenge yourself with a little bit of extra core, you can hover the right arm off of the right thigh. And then look down to your right toes. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Reverse your warrior. This comes from your abdominals, from your solar plexus. Rise up. Bring the left hand to left thigh. Inhale, right fingertips reach up and back behind you. So how our revolved crescent is more like a forward heart opener, this is more like a side body opener. Big inhale. And then we're adding on just one more shape. As you exhale, arms come forward, reach into a T, and bring your right fingertips just outside your right foot. So you're kind of really having to step forward maybe a little bit. And then lift your left leg up towards the sky. Flex your left toes. This is half moon. You've got a micro bend in the right knee. Inhale, left hand up and into the sky. So just like in our modified side plank at the very beginning of warm up, you're flexing your left toes, you're activating the left foot, and you're spreading open the collarbones with every inhale. And if you find yourself falling out of it, know that you have time to get back on the horse, get back into it, and you know the rule, if your cup is feeling emptied, always, always take a seat. Find an inhale. And then a slow transition, exhale, left hand comes down, left toes flex down. This is standing split. You're looking back towards your right shin, and your left toes are looking down towards the mat. Round through the shoulders a little bit like in cat pose, and bring your left foot to hover above the mat next to your right foot. So you're hovering the left leg, maybe it's slightly bent. And we're hovering for 5. Using the breath for 4, 3, keep it lifted, 2, and 1. Squish the left foot into the mat, and take a moment in your forward fold. This is the first forward fold of our practice. Grab your elbows, bend the knees, sway to the left and to the right. Find an inhale, halfway lift. Your hands come to your shins, your heart reaches forward, your spine is like that ironing board shape. Exhale, fold down. Root to rise, lift up, grow tall, reach your fingers into the sky. Exhale, forward fold, bring your hands back down to your mat. Halfway lift, hands to your shins. High plank, hands to your mat as you step your feet back. Lowering down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Hold here. Roll to the shoelace sides of your feet. Upward facing dog. Keep the thighs off the ground. Soft bend in the elbows and pull the heart points forward. Bring your knees to the mat. Round your spine. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, lift the knees. Cow shape in the belly. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, left heel lifts up and into the sky. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. High crescent, inhale to rise up. Exhale, open twist to the left. Inhale, left hand down, right hand to the sky. Revolve crescent. Easy twist. Cartwheel the right hand down. Use your inhale, reach the left hand up. Here's our change. Turn the right toes out. And bring the left elbow to left thigh. Reach the right fingers up towards the sky. So if you look at your feet, and if you were to draw a line from your left heel straight back your mat, you would kind of want it to run into the arch of the right foot, that line. And then reach the right fingertips towards the front of the room, creating this long line through the right side of the body. Hug the right shoulder back in space. Inhale. Exhale, look down to the left toes. Oh yeah, if you hovered your arm on the other side, make sure to hover it now. This is like a tiny filling of the cup opportunity. We're in stillness. It's really intense, but can you change the way that you breathe so that you're filling the cup rather than taking away from it? On your next inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand goes to the right thigh. Inhale, left hand into the sky. Like I said, it's a side body opener this time. Reaching your left rib cage away from your left hip. Half moon, this is a pretty big transition. Start by hinging at the hips, reaching the left fingers forward. Maybe tending them on the ground. I like to step the right foot forward a little bit and then get really light in the right toes as I lift right leg to the sky. Flex your right foot towards the right wall. A little balancing tip for the left foot. Hug down through your big toe and your pinky toe. like you're trying to lift the right arch off the ground or the left arch off the foot of the ground. And right hand to the sky if you haven't already. Half moon, expand the collarbones, and reach your right heel away from the rest of your body. Full breath in. Standing split, right hand comes to the ground. You close your hips to the floor as you flex your right toes to the mat. Big breath in. And then slowly hover the right foot next to the left. So right above the mat, you're hovering the right foot for 5, maybe soft bends in the knee for 4, rounding through the shoulders, tucking the chin for 3, 2, 1. Squish your right foot into the floor and give yourself a nice forward fold. Grab opposite elbows and sway to the left and to the right. Take a halfway lift, bring your hands to your shins, heart reaches forward. Exhale to fold and get heavy. Root to rise, lift your fingertips all the way up into the sky. Exhale to forward fold. Halfway lift. Hands to your mat as you step your feet back. Shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga, elbows hug into the ribs. Upward facing dog, roll to the shoelace sides of your feet. Going right into downward facing dog, tucking your toes, lifting your hips up and back. This is the last time we're taking this slow, and we're moving every shape with the pace of our breath. Take a big breath in, lift your heels. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the heels. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step forward. Inhale into high crescent. Exhale, open twist to the right. Inhale, revolved. Lean back. Exhale to easy twist. Round forward. Stay for the breath in. Exhale, right elbow to right thigh, left toes to the left. Inhale, extended side angle. Reach your left fingers to the front of the room. Exhale, look down to your right big toe. Reverse your warrior. Left hand to left thigh. Reach the right arm up and back. Really big transition. Shifting forward into half moon. Right fingertips to the ground. Step the left foot and lift the left leg to the sky. Left hand lifts with it. And just like in our modified side plank at the very beginning of class, you have the opportunity to bend the left knee, reach the heel back. Maybe your hand connects to your left ankle as you find candy cane. More sugar. It's actually called sugar cane. I don't know why I just called it candy cane. It's the same thing, right? Press your foot against your hand if you've got the connection. Big breath in. And wherever you're holding space, half moon, bound or not, bring the left hand to the ground, close the hips, flex the left toes towards the earth. Look back to your right shin. Take a breath in. And then lower the left foot to meet the right, hovering it right above the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, step down, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale to fold. Root to rise, reach up, grow tall. Exhale to forward fold. Halfway lift. High plank. Shift your weight forward and lower halfway down, exhale. Upward facing dog, big inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Last time to take this flow. Inhale, left heel lifts to the sky. Exhale, step forward between your hands. High crescent to rise up. Exhale, open twist. Revolved, inhale, left hand down, right hand up. Exhale, easy twist. Right hand down. Stay for the inhale. Left elbow to left thigh, right toes to the right. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, look to the left toes. Reverse your warrior, right hand down, left hand up and back. Exhale, look to the top of your mat. Half moon. Left hand to the floor, right foot up and into the sky, right hand into the sky. Maybe have a soft bend in the left knee so your hand can meet your mat. Bend the right knee, hug your heel towards your glute. You can choose to look for the bind, connecting hand to foot, or you can choose to keep it long and strong as you are. And wherever you're holding space, give yourself 3 deep breaths in, 3 full exhales out, knowing this is the last, or second to last intensity. Slower than you want to go, transition into standing split. Your right hand comes down, right toes flex down, and you're looking back to your left shin. Big inhale. And hover the right foot on the mat next to the left. Hover it for 5, for 4, 3, 2, step it down for 1. And bring your hips to the floor, come all the way down to a seat. And roll all the way down to your back. Bring your arms into a T. And cross your right thigh over your left. Drop your knees to the left as you look over towards your right fingertips. Come through center. Cross the legs the other way, left thigh over right. Drop your knees to the right as you look over your left shoulder. Roll through center. Arms can stay out into a T. Extend your legs long in front of you. Close your eyes and find shavasana. Sinking into a moment of stillness. Where you can allow the breath to deepen, your body to feel grounded, your mind to feel rested. Letting your cup be full one time more before moving into rest and stillness. Invite a full body breath into your nose. And a deep exhale out through the mouth. And without moving your body or opening your eyes just yet, can you reawaken yourself from the inside out just by intensifying the movement of air in and out of the body? And if and when you feel ready and called to do so, bring yourself to a seat out of shavasana. Allow your eyes to close and your palms to come together at heart center. Use an inhale to lift your heart up a little bit to meet your head. And an exhale to humble your brain a little towards your heart. It has been an honor to share this practice and hold this space for each and every one of you this evening. Take a big breath in. Hold it. Relax the shoulders. Breathe in. Make some noise. Namaste. Thank you guys all so much. I'll let Katie close us out, but like I said, my name is Alyssa. I teach at Yogalina and Revolution Studio currently. You can always find me at Alyssa Gay on Instagram, Gaye. I'll put it in here in case you guys are interested in finding me. And thanks so much for practicing with me, you guys. Thanks, Katie, for having me. Thanks, the Health Museum. It was really lovely.
Great. Well, thank you guys all for joining us again. Stay tuned for next week. We are going to be participating in a virtual 5K for mental health awareness. So be on the lookout for details on that. And thank you again, Alyssa, so much for leading us in tonight's practice.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night.